Jonathan Kuminga is about to enter the final year of his rookie contract, and there's reports out that Kuminga is looking for a max extension. So in this video, I want to look at both how good Jonathan is right now and where his game could be in a couple of years. Now statistically last year, Kuminga did his best work in transition, where his blend of speed, length, and explosiveness allowed him to overwhelm backpedaling defenders. With the ball on the break, Kuminga also has really good body control, which allows him to aggressively change his attacking angle to then stay on bounce and parachute up to the rim.
Kuminga with a highlight play.
One of Jonathan's go-to moves is the shift step, where he pounds the ball and transfers all his weight to his outside foot, then picks up and uses his next two steps to extend to the basket. We'll see him again here playing with a head of steam, and in stride, watch him pound the ball and transfer all his weight to his left foot, which gets this defender to both lean back and move across to Kuminga's left side, giving Jonathan all the space to his right. This is a nice variation off that move, where Kuminga's first going to hesitate by lifting up his level to then pound the ball and get to that shift step. Over the last 2 years, Kuminga has also improved his strength and stability as a downhill attacker by both being able to initiate and absorb contact while stepping into finishes. We'll see him again here pick up a head of steam off the dribble, to then lower his inside shoulder into this defender's chest, and watch how easily he's able to step through that contact, creating a wide open dunk. When leading the break, Kuminga has also gotten much better at mapping the whole floor by reading both his man and the help side, which allows him to effectively slice through traffic. Look at this play. Notice how Kuminga is going to turn on the jets to get this defender on his head. But as this help side defender slides over, Kuminga is going to veer back into his man to keep his driving line, and he's able to carve his way to the basket. Now last year, one skill set I do think Kuminga improved on the most was his ball handling. Off the dribble, I think Jonathan has improved every element to his game by upgrading his ball control, fluidity, and most importantly his footwork. Take this play for example. Jonathan is just going to hit a simple in and out to his right, but watch how he commits his whole body into this move by curling the ball, dropping his shoulders, and planting his inside foot, which completely moves this defender out of his frame.
Where'd you see that? You know what?
We'll see him hit a nice counter off that move, where Kuminga is going to again drop down into that inside out, but now he's going to transfer all his weight to his right foot, to then exchange the ball through. And once Kuminga has all this open space to attack into, it's pretty much over for the backline defense. So as a scorer in transition, Kuminga pretty clearly checks all the boxes. His speed makes him effective at filling lanes, his body control and ability to shift his weight allows him to cook backpedaling defenders, plus his improved pace and ball handling has made him much more effective at scoring through traffic. I think Jonathan right now is already one of the most lethal scorers across the league on the break, and that's only going to continue in the years to come. Now when looking at Kuminga's scoring in the half court, we have to come back to his quick twitch explosiveness. Again, if the defense gives Jonathan a chance to pick up momentum with the ball, he simply has too much length and explosiveness around the basket. Notice on this play how much space the Raptors are giving him off the screen, and he's able to charge downhill to then attack this big's chest and extend over him for this finish. One of Kuminga's superpowers is his ability to elevate off both 1 or 2 feet, making it difficult for shot blockers to time his jump, while also giving Kuminga more scoring options in the paint. Watch him here attack towards the middle with his push cross. And when his initial drive gets walled off, Jonathan has the ability to elevate off his ball side foot. On this play, we'll again see him attacking downhill, but when this help defender slides over, Kuminga's going to gather and elevate off 2 feet to drift past the help side for this left-hand finish. And similar to his game in transition, Kuminga is also an extremely physical slasher, where he loves to step and explode through contact. You'll see him here playing one-on-one against Jaylen Brown, and Kuminga isn't going to do anything super advanced off the dribble. He's just going to drop down into this left-hand drive to then fight through this bump from Brown and teleport to the rim. And that strength also allows Kuminga to target matchups in the post, where he has the size and length to bully smaller guards and wings. Now overall, I wouldn't say Kuminga has the deepest bag down low, but he's easily got enough to score against mismatches, and this is another way for him to rack up easy points. Now in Golden State's space and pace offense, Jonathan is primarily used as a screener and cutter. Obviously the scoring gravity of Steph Curry makes life pretty easy for him. When playing in pick and roll, Steph's shooting threat pretty much always pulls the defense's big out towards the 3, which opens up these routine pocket passes. And like we went over, if Kuminga is able to catch the ball in open space, it's going to be really tough for the backline defense to contain him. And Steph also has the same effect off the ball, where again, the defense has to always be aware of the outside shooting threat, giving Kuminga open space to attack into. So physically, Jonathan's quick twitch explosiveness, combined with all that length and strength, makes him an elite deep paint scorer. Whether he's attacking off the dribble or catching after cutting, Jonathan is elite at finding ways to score in traffic. And then on top of all that athleticism, his creation off the dribble keeps getting better year after year. Now, if the defense sags back and overplays Kuminga's drive, he does have the ability to stop and pop these mid-range pull-ups. Now, overall, Kuminga's percentages from these spots aren't great, but I do think he has the foundation to be a really effective mid-range scorer down the line. He's great at both using that length to shoot over contests, and his physicality allows him to bump to create space. Watch him here throw his inside shoulder into PJ Washington's chest, which bounces him back and gives Kuminga the space to rise up. Jonathan's improved handle has also given him more options to create space. I like this move here, where Jonathan is sizing up his man, and he's going to drop down into this in and out, which pushes the defense back and gives him the airspace to rise up. So while Jonathan does have a variety of ways to generate these mid-range looks, he's still not the most accurate shooter, and this to a certain degree does put a cap on his effectiveness in the half court. Throughout the regular season, defenses were able to get away with putting their center on Kuminga, where they would then drop back and bait him into these long twos. And obviously, in order for Kuminga to really take a jump as a half-court scorer, he's going to have to knock down these looks. Now, this is something that young players can pretty easily improve on. We've seen countless of prospects over the years steadily improve their outside shooting. And right now, I wouldn't even say Jonathan's a bad shooter. Going forward, when he gets more reps and experience getting shots off at the NBA level, I do see both his mid-range and three-point percentages steadily going up. Now, I think the biggest area of improvement in Kuminga's game is going to be his basketball feel. When attacking downhill or playing with the ball in the paint, Jonathan does tend to play with tunnel vision by being completely honed in on scoring and not reading defensive rotations. You'll see him here catch and pull all 5 OKC defenders into the paint, but instead of decelerating and making the right pass out, he bulldozes forward and gets called for the offensive foul. Jonathan also isn't great at both being a scoring and passing threat. When he's attacking downhill, his one and only focus is scoring, and he doesn't look to pass until after he's picked up his dribble. And this gives the off-ball defense more time to react.
Goes inside, good defense from Hachimura.
So going forward, if Jonathan improves his outside shooting and becomes a real 3-level scoring threat, he's going to command a ton of attention from the defense. And that's when his playmaking is going to be vital. And if Kuminga takes steps forward as both an outside shooter and passer, I think that will easily make him an all-star caliber player. Because if you add all those improvements, along with all those physical tools in the paint, that's an offensive player that checks pretty much every box. And then on top of Kuminga's instant impact and potential on offense, he's also been one of Golden State's go-to defenders, where his unique set of physical tools allows him to be effective from pretty much every spot on the floor. Having the length to provide an extra layer of resistance around the basket, the foot speed to pick up and bother guards out beyond the 3, and the anticipation to jump in passing lanes. Now, in spots last year, I thought Kuminga's focus defensively was a little bit inconsistent, but regardless, I still think Kuminga is a plus defender, and his unique build will never make him a liability. So going forward, nobody knows exactly how Kuminga's game is going to pan out. I think for a 21-year-old prospect, Jonathan pretty clearly has a ton of talent and potential, but as he takes on more responsibility in Golden State's offense, I think there's going to be more pressure on his shooting and playmaking, which right now are both weaknesses in his game. But if both of those areas improve, I think Jonathan will for sure be worth the max contract. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who the kid should break down next. The Kid's here.